Welcome to Distressing Tips, a Hero Arts video. I've punched out 3 circles from pattern paper, and I have a sanding block and a couple emery boards here. I'm just going to show you some quick tips on how to rough up your edges and distress. You can use a sanding block just to take away the edges of the paper and to wear down the vibrancy of the paper on top. What this does is it exposes the white core of the paper. Then you can grab an emery board and get smaller gouges and detail if you want, or even yet a smaller emery board. I use this technique a lot. Maybe you can see it better like that. Next I'm going to show you just how to edge your edges of paper with an applicator and like walnut stain or dark colored ink. Just kind of swipe it on, move it around, and what it does is it shades the ends of the paper so the white core doesn't show. This gives you a really warm look in comparison. And another great tool is Tim Holtz's tonic edge distresser. And what it does, there's a little razor in there, and it just kind of grabs at the paper and it roughens it up quite a bit. It's kind of a nice looking detail. You could edge this with ink after you're done, but I prefer just to keep it exposed and torn looking. Another thing that I like to do, and this is really good for distressing shabby chic, I just have some white acrylic paint and I'm doing a dry brush. That's why I kind of put it onto my surface. I don't want a lot of paint on. I want it to just kind of barely get on there. I don't want to solidly paint it. This is used a lot in shabby chic. Then my paper will go inside like that. Quick and easy. Okay, so now I'm going to start my project. And I'm going to go ahead and rough up my little circle. I'm really going to wear at the top of it a bit because I'm going to stamp an image on top. I'm going to bend in some creases. The sandpaper will grab those creases and it'll really wear down. My card that I eventually make is going to have all the techniques all together. So I've stamped my tree on all 3 pieces of paper. Now I'm just edging my main piece of paper. This is basic gray. And I'm going to go in a little deeper than what I did on the disc in the beginning. So this is a little more aggressive than just edging it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that ink in a bit. As you can see, it's just darkening my paper. And that gives me a nice distressed edging. I've also edged my little hill. I just didn't show you. So I'll eventually put the pieces all back together. See the top edge? I did ink that up. Now I'm going to use the tonic edge distresser and I'm going to grab the edge of my little strip. This works particularly well on photos if you really want to roughen those up for like a vintage look. I'm going to end up putting my strip on a strip of brown paper. That way the edge will really show up. I'm going to line my tree up. I stamped it 3 different times so that I don't get a halo effect. Okay, so now I've put everything together, glued it down. I'm just going to snip my ends. It's starting to come together. Go ahead and put adhesive to the back. And stick it down, readjust it a little bit. And there we go. It's going to go back into my office. I'm going to add some other details. I've also made this other card, and I've distressed it just a little less than the initial one. I've put it around the birds' wings and their bodies and around the edges. I also distressed another panel of paper in there. So we have a light distress and a heavy distress. Well, thank you for joining me. For more stamping ideas, visit www.heroarts.com. Thanks.